All right, another morning, another time at the gym, and today is day 6 of the first week of the new regiment, and we wrap up the week because tomorrow's a rest day with biceps, also legs, biceps and legs, and a little bit of ab work. And so with the leg work, I switched for this cycle. Instead of doing for quads, I'm not doing as many sets or exercises because it's more maintenance right now. But instead of doing squats and a Smith machine and leg extensions, I'm just doing leg presses, the leg press machine. The leg press machine, the focus is to get really deep. What people tend to do on the leg press machine is have their feet up higher and don't do a full on, they're not even going to parallel. I see a guy at the gym, he puts every single weight that thing can fit on there, and he's not doing a full squat. He's not going all even close to parallel on it. A lot of people do that, but you got to get your feet a little bit lower and go super deep, and your knees are basically kind of going back or past your body and going super deep. Make sure you keep your feet on, your heels on, so you have to get adjusted to that. Go super deep and slow, and then push all the way up. One thing you can do to keep the tension going is when you're on the way up, don't go to a complete lockout, maybe 2/3, 3/4 of the way up there, so the tension's on your legs the entire time. And I'll tell you, part of it's probably because I haven't done this and switching from one exercise to a different exercise, but I could definitely feel it. My legs only doing 2 sets to start. I'm doing 2 sets today too. I could really feel it. Then I'm doing leg curls for hamstrings again. And then I'm not doing calf work today. I'm doing calves on a different day, trying to spread out some of the exercises. But biceps, and so I tried again. Last time I recorded this video on bicep day, I wanted to make an adjustment and increase the weight and see if that would help get more target in the bicep, because my forearms are getting tired. I'm feeling it really big in my forearms on the cable curls especially, and I was still feeling it a little bit too much in my forearms. Part of it wonders if, because on the cable where you're out, there's tension the entire time on your forearms. Because of the way the stack goes up and down and hold the cable, it's just tension the entire time. So I am going to try a different exercise today instead of doing cable curls. So I'm doing the free motion machine, then I was doing cable curls, and then incline curls. I'm going to switch up today. I'm going to try, instead of doing the cable curls, I'm going to do a machine preacher and see how that feels, see if I can get a nice pump. Also with my tricep exercises, I might be switching out one of those two to see if I can get more focus on there. I was doing a lot of dip movements, doing an assisted dip and then the tricep push down machine. So I'm going to keep the assisted dips going, but I might end up switching out the tricep push down machine. Maybe too much similarity to the assisted dip, but whatever. Try different things. Not that you want to switch too much, but if I'm not getting the focus where I need them to be, and for whatever reason might work well for somebody else, not as well for me, you got to be willing to make the changes. Another really exciting thing is I am going to get a coach, and I've decided one-on-one coaching. He's online. The guy that I am hiring, he is actually a world record power lifter. And not that I'm trying to do powerlifting, but he is the lightest guy ever to squat 1,000 pounds. Yeah, it's just insane. When you look at him, and I've seen his lifts and such, like, how is this kid? He's not like he's small or anything, but he is not like he's freaking jacked out of his mind, but super strong. He's got a doctorate. And so super smart, and he's going to be my coach, both for muscle gain, my fitness, and diet. And so I'm looking forward to that. It's been a while since I've had a one-on-one coach. I've had that for business over the years. At one time I did have a fitness coach, and for a little bit, and learning about more diet and such, and that went well, but it wasn't quite like this. And the coach I had, I guess, for the other fitness, it was more like a course or something. I wouldn't call it quite like this kind of coaching. It's quite a bit different. But I'm excited about it, and to help me keep me accountable. A big part is the accountability, and two is going to be the making adjustments and suggestions, and recording my videos, or recording videos of my exercises to make sure I'm doing things the most optimal way. And I want to, I'm excited about it. And I'll probably, if he's up for it, do a podcast or maybe a couple with this guy, and you guys can learn some things from him too if he's willing to share. And I'm sure he would be, and which is exciting. So I'm not sure when that's going to start yet. I'm going to sign up for it today, and then I'll connect with him again and go from there. Yesterday's video, I talked about communicating, tonality, body language, the words you say. One of the things too I mentioned, and where I'm at, I'm not even going to get fully into this, but I do want to talk a little bit about more with how you say things, your tonality. And it's a thing called, there's mimicking and matching or mirroring, lots of ways that you can describe it. But essentially is when you call up a prospect, your goal is to remove barriers between you. And whether you like it or not, there's always going to be some immediate preconceived barriers from that person. If they have a barrier between you because they don't know you, they don't trust you. Especially I'm thinking on cold calls or really any sort of sales call. And our goal is to have effective communication. And how do you have effective communication when there's a barrier up? And so imagine there's an imaginary barrier. So our goal is to try to remove that. And there's many different ways to do it. But one of the most effective ways to do it, in my opinion, and easiest ways to do it once you get used to doing it, is by mirroring them. And when I say mirroring them, it's mirroring the way that they talk. Not that you're mocking them or being disingenuous. The reason you're doing it is so you can have more effective communication. I like to use extreme examples is because it helps make the point. But let's say you're talking to a prospect and it's a little old lady. And it's a little old lady and she has a very soft, meek voice. And let's just say you are a loud knucklehead, like I can be sometimes. And you talk fast, and say she talks low and slow. If you start talking loud, fast, blah, 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 what's she automatically going to think, whether it's true or not? That you are deceitful, that you are trying to get one past her. And that's just how it is, right? That's how she's going to feel. So instead, what you want to do is you want to mirror how she talks. Talks a little bit slower, talk a little bit more quieter, right? Or let's say you're talking to somebody that talks slow. They have normal volume and voice, they talk slow, but you talk fast. Because you talk fast, they're going to think that you're a slick one. Or let's say you're talking to somebody that talks fast and you talk really slow. They're going to think that you're cognitively slow. Whether these stereotypes are fair or not doesn't matter, whether they're fair or not or right or not. That's just what goes through most people's minds is when you're the complete opposite of them. So what we need to do is mirror them. Not that you're the exactly, but if somebody talks slower and you talk fast, you need to talk a little bit slower. If somebody talks fast and you talk slow, you need to talk a little bit faster. If they talk louder volume, you need to talk louder volume. If they talk a quieter volume, you need to talk quieter volume. You want to come alongside in how they talk because it removes the barriers, and then you can have more effective communication. They're more listening and hearing what you're saying versus being annoyed by you're too loud and while they're quiet, or you're too quiet when they're loud, or you're too slow when they're fast, or you're too fast when they are slow. And so when you're communicating with people, mirror them how they talk. Practice this when you're out in the world, talking to the barista, when you're talking to the gas station attendant or whatever, whoever you're talking to, your kids, your significant other, your coworkers, a random person that calls you on the phone. mirror the way that they talk, and soon it will become second nature. All right, at the gym, gotta get this workout in. See ya.